Hello everyone, I'm Phantom, and I'm back for something a little different than my normal recording. So recently I've been on Roblox, of course, kind of fighting the whole anti-cheat system, but there's so much more that can be done with basic programming that goes, considerably deeper than just that. So I'm here on a game I've been relatively interested in as of recent, Mafia Order. It's a browser-based, text-based, relatively simplistic graphically, but still a fun system. And I'm here with the script that I will be giving out at the end of this video after making a few changes, but this one will be launched within the following few days after this video is posted, which will handle the crime system in this game. It's a relatively new game. The rules are a little iffy, which allows me to do this without breaching any current game rules, though doesn't particularly matter because all of this data and this photo are all spoofed. They're just modifications done using my lovely little uh, program over here, which is Greasymonkey. No, that's greasyfork. This is I'll remember the name of the program. I've been using it for so long I've honestly forgot the name. But we'll start by giving an example of simplistic but effective scripts. This one is an automated crime script using the game. It does some reading into the page and clicks the crime button. So after you load it up while it's currently running in, assuming I've got the code set up properly, it will click the commit crime button, run through the timer that's built into the game, although in this case it's actually hard-coded for specifically the starter task. It will commit the crime by simply clicking the button, simplistic code, and it'll identify if you fail the task as well. So there's a jail function in this game. There it is right there. So if it detects that you're in jail, it'll set up the 30-odd second jail time that you'll get from failing a crime in this game, and it'll run through it and then give it an extra like 3 seconds for debugging. Due to the fact that this game has a slight lag between player and server, which means that the data that you get back on the client side might not be caught up to the server. So every script I have here will wait extra time. You'll also see a lagging longer than its current time due to constraints within the system itself. This one is a crime. I've got a script that I will not be showing here because I'm still working on it, which is a script that makes guessing the safe number, which is another function in this game that I'll be showing in another video, considerably easier. It allows you the ability to basically generate the possible combination list much tighter than you could do normal methods, meaning that you can guess the safe number in like 8 guesses, which in this game isn't too crazy, but if you wait about 24 hours and then guess the safe in your town, you can get it a few $1,000s. Not as much as in-game actions, but I mean, for bragging rights, you could totally just automate the entire process using the system, since that's all it basically does. There's also a travel system, which I haven't built any scripts for no real reason. There's no need to. There's also heists, OCs, raids. Haven't done anything with the raid system, it just came out. Heists isn't unlocked on this account due to the simple fact that I swapped accounts for testing all of this, but theoretically speaking, it should still work. It's very similar to this. You click a button, you wait a time period, and you commit it again. Specifically with GTA and heists, though, there is a failure system that goes deeper than just the normal jail. There are a variety of ways to fail, so you have to hard code detection for all of those. And since this game doesn't actually update your URL properly, which you'll notice at the top of the screen, the CSFR, which is tied to how they do user validation. It's like not quite an anti-cheat so much as just a little check for humans. I've got ways to get around them. The script specifically doesn't go too far into that. It doesn't have as much automated timing due to the fact that the detection is pretty horrendous. But you could run it for about 30 minutes AFK, come back, do the inevitable anti-bot check that they have that doesn't even find you if you don't complete it, and then go through again. The only issue with the anti-bot is it sends a image. But what's funny is I haven't done this yet, but I've been training an image bot for it. I can actually rig up an image bot because it uses the same images. Well, not quite. It generates a 3x3 grid with unique images, but the unique images aren't actually unique. They're the same images, they might be color swapped, but as long as you outline an outline for an image recognition bot, train it off of each of those different versions, you can get an 80 to 90% success rate, and then all you have to do is train it to look at the word at the top that it's asking for, and then click on the specific image, which it's still in the testing phase because image recognition bots with YOLO v5 and YOLO v8 are a little annoying to work with. My PC isn't strong enough to handle the thousands of epochs that I need to get it to 98% accuracy, which is my go-to with image recognition. As you can see, these crimes are being done entirely automated. My mouse is off to the right. It isn't clicking the button. I'm not hotkeying it, obviously, but I'll also be outputting the little script that modifies the top left and top right. I can give you guys all, and that's all client-side modifications, so the devs don't see that. I'd like to be aware. This is strictly for streaming purposes. It detects the images in the text before they appear on my screen by checking for page updates, and then it updates them before they ever render on my screen, which just ensures that while I'm streaming, I don't have accidental name leakage. What's good is that does work, but not in the jail, which I just realized. So when this video comes out, you're going to see me blacking out the jail, which is going to be annoying. For now, I'll actually hop off of this, but I hadn't actually planned for that because I hadn't thought about it, so I'll have to play around with the jail and fix that up in my little spoofing script for next time. This is a pretty simple video, just wanted to get it out there to everyone. And of course, this isn't Roblox, but I mean, what's stopping you from exploiting on other games? I'll get the list of, I think, I'll remember the name of this plugin that I'm using for Chrome. It's a plugin that works on a variety of different browsers. You can just look it up. If I don't sound too good, I'm not feeling too good right now, but because that's where I've been recently, not feeling too good. But I will post out this script along with the software, and you guys can feel free to use it, feel free to test it, feel free to let your friends know about it. The devs of this game love this game, and I appreciate the work they've done on it, but the grind takes a while, and it has arbitrary locks for stuff that do not make sense, and arbitrary wait times. This isn't a mobile game. It's on your computer. You can play it on mobile. It's a little buggy, but even if it was on mobile, I don't want to wait an arbitrary number of time for any action and then having to wait literally 30 minutes, which is the thing that happens if you do the wrong things in this game. So I'm just going to stop the video here in a moment. I will post the data change script. I will post it with some prefix text. I hard-coded my name and my group into this, which obviously won't function for you guys too well. So I will preface the script with some comments which will explain for you where and how to change the default name that I will be implementing in the script into your name, so you can spoof it that way if you want to stream while doing this, or make videos like I'm currently doing, or just play around with your buddies on Discord. We don't want to deal with the potentials of someone leaking your data. Once I get the jail fixed, which should not take too long, I will post that script. I will be posting this automated script. This does not use my username. Originally, I had some code in it that did all the name spoofing, but I decided to slap that off to an entirely separate script so it could be run concurrently with no lag, since this plugin doesn't particularly handle lag too well. I mean, you can just dual-core it, which is what's being done here, all built into the script. But I will release the name spoofer. It will be client-side spoofing, of course, because there is no real way to server-side spoof. You could spoof actions as another user, though, since the key that's used directly ties to public information, so I won't go too in-depth about that, but I will say that some of this is posted stuff from the script for debugging for obvious reasons, but when I post the script, you'll see what I mean by some things being a little wonky. So, oh, here it is, the bot check. So it'll say a list of clothing, and then it'll give you about 70 or 80 unique items, and I say unique because that's a quotation mark. It'll be a bunch of different guns, a bunch of different pieces of clothing, so forth. So what you'll do is you'll label this clothing as a hat, and then you'll label it to a parent group called clothing or jacket. It's something that just takes training over time, which is why I haven't released it, or I'm not currently using it in this build. But I will release this commit crime script. The only issue with it currently is after you complete a CAPTCHA, it doesn't have any way to detect that you've done the crime, or to do the crime against you. We'll have to manually re-click. That's just because when I built this, I didn't go too in-depth with it on that specific aspect. I kind of built this as a shortcut for myself and then decided what's the harm in leaking it to other people. The devs aren't going to do anything about it anyways, because if they could have, they already would have in the 6 months I've been playing this game, where it went from 1.0 to 1.5. So I'll have to fix the jail name spoof, which is extremely easy. I'm just going to grab the parent and then look for the child that correlates to the name, and then I'll tie that to my name variable that I already use. So other than fixing that, I will be releasing that jail, get out of jail free card quite easily, quite soon. But it'll just take a moment. There we go. It'll take a little bit to do that little extra bit of coding, so it'll probably release the next day. But other than that, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you enjoy the video.